Hello, my lovelies. This is a reading for Libra for the month of March 2019. I hope you're all well. I have a little vision for you to start off with, and I was shown that some of you may have been working with a healing regime for some time, some possibly weeks, and others maybe months, and for one or two others for years. So you've been taking the pills, taking the medication, having those checkups, but nothing seems to have changed much. And the diagnosis from the doctor or the healthcare practitioner said, well, this can't be cured. You won't see any changes. You just have to live with it. So yes, this can be a metaphor about your healing, but your health, but also it can be to do with how you view relationships in your life. You've just been taking the same old pills routinely, and the diagnosis is it'll never change and you'll never heal from it. So it can be that there's this stagnant energy in your life. You're neither well, and you're not really dying. So it's just that existing rather than living sort of energy. And again, within this vision, what I saw was some of you just sitting with this, and then some information comes to you, and it appears to come out of the blue. So you could be just looking at the Sunday magazines, and there's an article about health and healing, or you see a TV program, or you're chatting with someone, and they say, oh, have you heard about this new way of dealing with this situation? And it feels like a huge wake-up call for some of you that will shake you out of your complacency and help you to change your belief system. So if you believe what others have told you, if you believe what the health practitioner has told you, if you believe what the statistics say, and you believe what historically results are for your condition or your situation, when you're shaken up to such a degree that you start to take your power back and you really feel empowered to change this situation for yourself, to grab that self-healing energy, and to turn your life around for the better. Well, this is the energy that's visiting us at present on the planet. It is a consciousness awakening for all of humanity, for Mother Earth herself, and it's shaking us all up, pushing a lot of us out of our comfort zones and saying, wake up, take responsibility for your lives, for what it is that you create, because one small adjustment can be so invigorating, so life-changing, and you will look back a little further down the line and say, well, why did I stick with this situation for such a long time when it was so easy to change it? And a lot of us have stayed with old patterns and old situations well past their sell-by date, because we have felt disempowered and that we couldn't change things in our lives for the better. But this shift of energy for all of us is waking everybody up to that endless possibilities, unlimited potential for change in our lives. So the 6th of March is that launch point, 6th of March 2019. So it's a 633. So it's the 6th day of the 3rd month, and 2019 adds up to 9. So if you add all of those together, you've got 6, 3, 3. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 and 3 is 12. And 12 reduces to 3. So the energy of 3 is very, very potent. And 3 is to do with the joy of living and expression, how we express ourselves. Joy is a very high vibrational energy. And if you've been living without joy, if you've been living with discomfort, with misery, with complacency, that energy is shifting on the 6th of March. So there are 3 huge planetary shifts and changes. And again, there's that 3. So firstly, there's a new moon in the sign of Pisces on the 6th of March. So new moons are always about new beginnings, planting new seeds, raking away all the debris and the leaves and the weeds, and planting those little seeds to see what's going to come up later on in the year. And because the new moon is in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is a water sign. It's the last sign of the zodiac, and it's all about things that have been hidden coming up to the surface. So like when you plant a seed, it has to go into the darkness and then it finds its way up to the light. So with some of the issues that you might have been having with regards to your health and well-being, things are coming to light now, and new concepts, new ways of dealing with your situations are going to show up. Also with the sign of Pisces, this is to do with past lives. So you may have an issue in this lifetime which stems from something that you've brought over from one, possibly more past lives. So with this shift and change of energies, a raising of consciousness for all of us, you will be able to see very clearly what it is you no longer need to carry with you. So it can be deleted once and for all. And then you start this new beginning, this new life, this sense of health and well-being. And I have lots of affirmations, one of which is, thank you for my robust longevity. Thank you for my perfect, vibrant, glowing health. So when you are robust, you are strong, you are sturdy, you are able to take on practically anything that comes your way. And longevity is that length of time that you are in this physical body. So there is a fast-held belief by many people that as we grow old, we get more creaky, we become infirm, we get illnesses and diseases. But that is just a belief system. It's been planted into the collective human consciousness. That is what happens when we get old. So when we delete that belief system and say, I don't claim that, I do not own that, I have robust longevity, I have perfect, vibrant, glowing health, and we never place it in the future, or I will have robust longevity, you place it in the now, because that's where we live. Not in the past, not in the future, we live in the now. So we're seeing you, lovely people, one of two who seem to have been floundering with regard to your not just physical health, but maybe emotional health as well. These earth changes are going to shift us and shift you to a much better way of being. Now, for some people, it can push you out of your comfort zone, because if you're used to being unwell or ill or infirm or listening to what other people have said, you know, there are two subjects that the English talk about. One's the weather and the other is your health. So when someone says, oh, how are you? You might sometimes hear how awful someone's, oh, not bad, you know, not so good. And it's always in the negative. So to distance yourself from that negative message that is being fed to you. And also when someone asks you how you are, don't feed them with a negative message. You can say fine, you can say wonderful, even though you might be feeling like crap. And that shift of not diving into the collective misery of others will bring you to another level of awareness of who you are, of why you're in this physical body, what it is you came to do. So the other thing that's happening on the 6th of March, so we've got a lovely new moon in Pisces. We have the planet Uranus moving into the sign of Taurus. Now, when I say that, there is a out there in the cosmos, we have lots of different constellations, so the various signs of the zodiac, and as the Earth moves around the Sun, and it takes 360 days thereabouts, all the other planets are moving and spinning and going around the Sun at the same time. Now, some take longer than others because they're further out. And so the planet Uranus, its circuit around the Sun or the zodiac takes 84 years. So 12 into 84 is 7. So every 7 years, the planet Uranus will move into another constellation. So for the last 7 years, it's been in the sign of Aries. And as of the 6th of March, it moves into the sign of, or the constellation of Taurus. So Taurus is to do with our bodies, our physical being. It's also Mother Earth. And Uranus is about revolution, drastic change, surprises, and it's coming in to really shake us up and say, I need to pay attention to my body, to my physical body. I need to pay attention to the body on which I live, so Mother Earth. And Uranus brings surprises, so that's why I said you might open a magazine. There's the information that you need, and then somebody else, you're on the phone to them and you get the same information from them. So it's just reconfirming this nudge as to how you can take responsibility back for your own well-being. Everybody is going through some sort of major change. So you may notice around you, your family, your friends, your colleagues, acquaintances, may all be talking about feeling of things feel different, you know, it's not how it used to be, there's something in the air. So all those comments are going to, again, be a confirmation that there's something cooking, something moving and grooving, and that we can't remain as we have, because it doesn't serve us anymore. And I know for myself, I don't want to go through the rest of my life thinking, well, I've got to get bad knees, or I might have to have a hip replacement, or I might need to have some sort of health care further on down the line. So my beliefs have shifted and changed drastically over the years, and I don't go down that route. So I take other pathways for my own well-being, and I don't go to where other people start moaning and groaning about their health issues, or those of their loved ones, because that it's of no interest to me, because it would mean I would have to drop my attention, drop my vibration down to that level, and I'm not willing to go there. So we have some lovely oracle cards for you, and there's a theme as usual that's come up for you. Now, usually I choose one little angel card to start off with, but two came out, so that's lovely Libra energy, isn't it? The balance, the scale, so you've got one on each side. So we have trust. You see that? Trust and willingness. So the first top angel, the trust, there's an angel kneeling to a unicorn, And the other one, willingness, this little angel doing the washing up at the sink. So this says to me that there's a huge awakening for a lot of you. I feel that a lot of people watching this are already awake on many different levels, but there are some that are just waking up. And by that I mean with this trust card and the little unicorn. Now, some people might say, oh, they're mythical creatures, you know, they never really existed. It's just fairy tale or children's stories type of thing. But for a lot of you, this will be trusting what you're hearing, trusting what you are visualizing or seeing or dreaming, trusting what is coming into your consciousness now. And it may be totally different to what you've experienced before. And many years ago, I went to Findhorn in Scotland. And it's a fabulous place. There, it's a little spit of land above Inverness, and it's on a Gulf stream, so it's warmer than most other places in Scotland most of the year round. And there's a beautiful place there where you can go and do, it's like a spiritual village, really. And one of the things we did one day, we went for a lovely long walk along the beach, and the beach goes on for miles and miles and miles, and it's not the sort of place you sunbathe. It's yeah, it's a bit wild. And somebody had built into the sand this amazing labyrinth out of pebbles and stones. And so one by one we walked into this little labyrinth, and I think we were chanting, as you do. And then afterwards, when we completed that, we all sat down to meditate for a little while. And as I was sitting there, I saw a dragon guarding the beach. And it was huge, absolutely enormous. Enormous creature. And it was with my third eye, with my insight, but it was also I felt it as well as seeing it, and so there was a sort of communication went on, and I said, "Ooh, you know," and it wasn't frightening or there to frighten me. It was actually guarding the beach, guarding that area, and making sure that whoever visited, if they were open to seeing such a thing and trusting that they'd seen it, it was a blessing, and it was a beautiful gift to actually witness there. We were then taken to a little place in the woods where we were told the veil was very thin between this world and the other world, so just to be cautious and aware of that. And there was woodland and a bank coming down, a river, and a bank going up the other side. And it was a really gushing river, not quite rapids, but it was, you know, in full flood. And again, we sat there for a while and meditated. And when I looked this time, up the bank the other side was a unicorn. And when we all came out of the meditation and started discussing what we'd seen, I hesitated for a while. Oh God, what are people going to think of me? And then someone said, I know you won't believe me, but I saw a unicorn. I thought, oh good, I wasn't the only one. So somebody else saw it as well. There was an energy there of this creature that came to visit, and you could say that it was from another dimension or a parallel universe. But we trusted that what we saw, what we experienced, was true to us. It was there for us at that moment in time. So my sense of this for you is that if things start to show up in your vision, the peripheries, corner of your eye, pay attention. Don't completely dismiss it, because again, it's your higher self bringing you confirmation, a nudge to say, well, how about you look at it this way? You've been looking at it this way for such a long time, and that's ingrained in you, but it's a very old pattern, and you haven't got anywhere, have you? Because you're stuck with it. And because it has such a negative connotation, and you believe that you're never ever going to improve or get well, how about you look at it this way? And to begin with, it might seem far-fetched or new agey or ridiculous, but just giving your little bit of attention to something that's slightly out of the ordinary, that catches your eye. And as you go with that, you may find, you know, this actually makes sense. I would never have looked at it before, I've never believed it before, but you know, it actually makes sense to me now. And then investigate a little bit more. So however your higher self nudges you, take a look at it. And that again is the Pisces energy. So Pisces is about dream time and illusion and nebulous energies and things that are hidden. And this is a lovely time for it to come up to the surface and for us to have a really, really, really good look at. Then I've chosen a self-mastery card, and here we have knowledge. So this fits in with the other two. So yes, you've probably got plenty of knowledge that you've gleaned over the years, so through your upbringing, through your schooling, if you went to uni or you studied something else. And that's wonderful, because it really is the foundation for who you are. And but this knowledge is about who you wish to become. So it's a higher knowledge, it's a higher wisdom, it's an inner knowing. So knowledge, the knowingness that you have deep within you that wishes to come to the surface. And as you embrace that and really bring that into your life, others around you might not recognize you anymore, because they say, oh God, they joined a cult, or they've gone all woo-woo on us. But if it feels right, if it suits you, if you feel comfortable looking at this new way of seeing life, then pursue it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Because over the years, with the things that I've gone and done, people have ridiculed me or humiliated me, called me all sorts of names. But because I have that deep inner knowing, and that I'm secure in that, and because my beliefs are not at the forefront, because beliefs keep changing. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And if enough people keep thinking the same thought, then it becomes a belief. And many years ago, people thought the earth was flat. So that belief changed. So whatever beliefs you were brought up with, is taking a step back and thinking, well, actually, are they mine? Or were they planted in me? From my upbringing, from my family, from my schooling. And then opening that door to researching something else. So it says, as a master, I realise that the seed of my creation is the knowledge I bring to it. Although I must know enough, I must also be sure of the quality of what I know. So the quality of what we have learned, what we know from our upbringing, etc. If there are gaps in that knowledge, if there are holes in it that nobody else can seem to fill, then that's the opportunity for you to do some research. And once you step onto that seeker's path, then the universe conspires with you to bring you the information that you need, or the knowledge that you need. And a lot of it is already within you. So it will naturally come to the surface. And also the new moon being in Pisces, and Pisces being on some level to do with past lives, you may find that as you connect with certain information, it will feel so familiar and so easy to remember, and that's because you've already lived that experience previously. And so it's showing up again because you already have that wisdom, that teaching, that learning within you. So it's in your DNA, it's in your very essence. And with these consciousness awakening, we have within us ascension codes. And over a period of time, these codes get activated within us, usually when we're ready. But this huge shift with Uranus into Taurus is activating codes in the collective in a massive, massive scale. And the energy of Uranus in Taurus is going to be there for at least 7 years. So this is about you grounding this information and sharing it. Uranus is the sky god, and Taurus is Mother Earth. So this is like bringing heaven to earth. So being able to share your experiences, your knowledge, your teaching, your learning in such a way that the brilliance within you really starts to shine. Because Uranus is also about brilliance and genius. So there's been a little genius lurking inside of you for quite a long time. And it just wants to pop up now and take center stage. The Ascended Masters card for you is Hilarion. So it's health and healing. Now this is a lovely being, and he was known as Saint Hilarion, or Master Hilarion, and he was a 4th century Middle Eastern gentleman who was renowned for his healing work. And he was embraced by not only Christians but other faiths as well. And he was able to manifest miracles, healing miracles. So don't think that you can't do that either. You have abilities within you to manifest miracles in your health and your well-being. Now, usually when Hilarion shows up, you may start to see these colours. Okay? So it's this beautiful grass green, purple, lavender, violet, gold. And it's not necessarily just when you're sitting quietly and relaxed, because with Uranus coming in, it shakes things up. It is about surprise and drastic change. So you may just be driving along or going about your ordinary everyday life, then bang, there's that those colours right in front of you. in the most extraordinary way. So totally unexpected blast of healing energy, and it's coming in because you've called it. So on some level, you've been asking for help, you've been asking for healing, you've been asking for changes in your lives, and it's coming from a very deep place within you. So when we ask for help and healing just from the ego, a part of that believes that it's never going to arrive. Because when we ask for some things or pray for some things, we are acknowledging the lack of it. It's not here. But when you're coming from this deeper part of yourself, this knowingness, that is from the field of the heart, and that's when things start to manifest. That's when the miracles can occur, because you are trusting your inner knowledge and also having the willingness to be open to receive. So this is your will, and this is a planet of free will, so we can choose to be happy or we can choose to be miserable. And this is also when we surrender and release to the universe. I will to will thy will. So whatever is best for us, and we get out of the way, so the ego gets out of the way, and then these miracles can actually manifest, they can actually happen. And they're not as rare as people tend to think they are. We are miraculous beings. We've just forgotten how we can make these things happen, because we've had ideas and beliefs planted into us from various different sources to make us feel disconnected, to make us feel powerless. So this energetic shift is going to wake you up to how powerful you actually are. Now the animal medicine card, we have Weasel. And it's number 33. So 33 is a master number, 11, 22, 33, 44, all the way up to 99. And 33 is a master healer. Isn't that interesting? So you've got lots of healing cards, lots of healing energies coming in for you. Now the Weasel is a feisty little beastie, and he's all about stealth. That ability to sometimes be in the background, but listening to everything that's going on. If you have Weasel energy in, say, a business situation, they're the best people to have around, because they know all the angles. They know what the competition is up to, and they will speak plainly, and they will show you exactly what it is that's going on. So if this is applied to you at the moment, it's about being stealthy, about being discreet, about being discerning as to information that is coming your way and how you use it. Now, another aspect of the Weasel is that his coat changes colour in the winter, and it is known as ermine. So he goes completely white, and ermine is used, sadly to say, around cloaks that royalty wear. So when you see them all traipsing into the big cathedrals and such like, all that white fur around them, that's ermine. That's weasel fur. So there's an aspect here of how you see things in a different light, how the energy changes when you have a certain knowledge. And historically, only royalty could wear ermine and the colour purple, or the priests could only wear the colour purple. So this is saying that when you look at the belief systems that have been planted into you, say through the religious teachings, and how you view royalty, that you may be able to see a very different story. So what has been broadcast to you over the years and that you're told to believe, now you might be able to say, oh, that doesn't make sense anymore, that doesn't resonate anymore. Certain aspects of it do, but I've got a different slant on it now, because you've taken in other information and you've got the bigger picture. So with a little weasel card, it says, be the detective. Honour what you find. The truth is out there. It's keeping your ears open, being the detective. You don't have to make a loud noise or demand information. It's going to come to you anyway. And honour what you find, because you're going to unearth, Uranus and Taurus, you're going to unearth information, wisdom, knowledge that's been hidden for a very long time. And when you do that, honour it, because that will then enrich your life and empower you. The truth is out there. So yes, the truth is out there, but the truth is also in here. So what you find outside is actually a reflection of what's going on inside you. So to finish off, my darlings, my lovely Libras, we're going to have a well-being card from Esther and Jerry Hicks' pack. So let's see what we got. Oh, how funny. Oh, they don't half make me laugh. There we are. I bless and appreciate every religion. So there's a little tree, all these birdie birds. So those are all the different religions showing up in the tree of life. So as we bless every religion and appreciate aspects of it, it frees us up to be able to establish our own, not necessarily religion, but our own spiritual connection with the divine, because there are themes that run through all of the different religions that are all the same thing. They've just got slightly different words attached to them. There is something for everyone in this magnificent environment of wide diversity, where we as a people can continue to take thought beyond. Sorry, we got cut off there. Let me just repeat that. There is something for everyone in this magnificent environment of wide diversity, where we as a people can continue to take thought beyond that which it has been before. So if we've only thought a certain way because that's how we've been taught, now's the time for us to see beyond that, to take our thoughts beyond where we have been before. So there you are, my lovelies. We'll leave it there. I do hope that you've enjoyed the reading. If you'd like to delve a little bit deeper, and you'd like to have a private session with me, I do work with masters, with my own soul tribe group of energies called Mildreus, and also we can have a look at past lives for you to see if there's anything that you brought into the now that is affecting you in a negative way, and we can work to heal those issues for you. So all the details about that are in the box below. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for sharing and liking, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.